Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Panzer here, and welcome back to Galactic Junk League. And this is, well, the pirates have arrived. And this is part of the sort of new cosmetics pack that they've added to Galactic Junk League. So you now have a bunch of pirate parts that you can use, and they're all cosmetic stuff. Like, I'll just give you a quick walkthrough of what's going on here. So this is actually a pre-made. And this came together with the promo code that I received from the developers, very kindly. And what you can actually see here is, well, for all intents and purposes, it would actually just be an ordinary ship. However, they've added a bunch of skins, which are pirate themed. So you can actually see there's the base default ones over here. So these are for the phasers, which is a different type of weapon. And you can actually get a, let's just show you that here. That's actually the steel set, so you can get a sort of sci-fi, well, everything's sci-fi really, but a sort of angular, blocky piece if you really want it to, which adds to a lot of the different sort of looks that you can get. And this one here, with all the spikes and all that on it, is the pirate set. So what we have here are a bunch of, I believe these are ghost cannons? I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but let me just show you that. Here, these are these cannons. Now, by default, they look like this, but you have a bunch of different parts. So you've got a triple-barreled version there, and then you've got the steel version here, and then you've got the pirate part, and that's what that looks like there. So this actually started off life as one of the pre-made pirate ships that you can get, and it actually now sort of looks like this, because I've replaced all the weapons. I'm not a big fan of the sort of beam weapons, the lasers and stuff. I find them to be a little bit just sort of not really my thing. But this, on the other hand, with the cannons, seems to be more up my street. Now, it does have some downsides to it, and I'll explain that once we get into a match. So without further ado, let's get on with it. Let's take this into a battle and see how we get on. Alright, here we are into a match. So this will be the first sort of cannon build that I've ever really worked with. I don't normally go for the cannons. I prefer just the way the missiles work, but this should be just fine. Now, let's have a look at what our teammates or enemies have. So we're looking at what looks like medium-range lasers here. We've got a cannon build right here. Let's see the battleships. That's very heavily armored, that. What else have we got? Another sort of heavily armored, but not a huge ship. So most of these are going to be fairly small targets, which is not what we're really looking for. But a lot of exposed weaponry, but a lot of guns, and we've got exposed generators here. So overall, I think we can take out this bit here. That's an engine overload right there. I think we might actually be able to disable many of these. Alright, here we go! And off into the high space. Sailing the high space. Yeah, that's me trying to make a joke about the high seas there. So this ship actually has a number of abilities. We do actually have a short distance warp. We have a stasis wave, I think that's what it's called, on number 3 there, and that will actually slow down enemies. So because we're not very fast ourselves, we can actually slow enemies down so that we can get in range of them. Let's see if we can get somebody there. And our number 2 ability is the damage absorb. So as we take damage, we can actually use that against enemies there. So we've managed to fire off a number of shots there. Let's drop back down. One weakness of this design, of course, is that there aren't that many guns that are able to fire below the ship. Because these are all turrets after all, and they do have their own turning angles. So we're not able to get all guns on target if they're below us, but if they're above us, we have more chance of firing many guns at them. So that's something that we can actually bear in mind there. Now on the right there, I'm not sure if that's a bug or if that's just showing how many shots we can actually fire. I'm not entirely sure what's going on there. Now we do have somebody sniping away at us. That's not good. That does look like, I guess, the large ghost cannon. I'm not entirely sure what it's called. Alright, we've been marked, so definitely want to jump out of the way here. I'm going to jump this way. We've been marked twice now. Right, there's a target there. We're going to fire at that one. Oh, we've been taken out. He does have a bunch of medium lasers there, so we definitely do want to avoid that. But quick respawn and we're back in. So there's another one there. We don't have a huge amount of range, and that is a problem. I'm just going to see if we can jump onto this guy and stasis him. Let's get that going. Get a bunch of shots out. Can't quite see over the sails, unfortunately. One of the downsides of this particular build. Oh, he's taking a lot of damage, though. One thing I have noticed, and I'm not entirely certain if this is the way things are supposed to be, but when you zoom in, the shots seem to fly faster. So it seems like you don't have to aim off as much. I hope that isn't true, but it does seem like it might be. Alright, so we've got a kill assist there. We are taking a bit of damage. Going to pop our damage absorb here. So what that's going to do is we're going to absorb that damage, and if we survive it, of course, it would release a wave of damage out that we can actually use to kill quite a number of enemies if they're within range of it. But unfortunately, we didn't manage to do that. So yeah, we did actually take quite a lot of damage very, very quickly. But yeah, I do believe that's what the I'm just having a look at the blue indicator on our HUD there, and I do believe that actually is what it's supposed to be. So as we move along, you can actually see how many guns can actually fire. So that's something to bear in mind. We do actually have engagement angles that we have to worry about. Not something I've had to worry about with other ships, mind you. So that is something that I have just kind of worked out as probably going to be one of the downsides of this design. So we've got a bunch of enemy ships here. Vertigo over there taking a lot of damage. Right, it's going to try and knock out some of their support coming in here. So we're going to pop our damage absorb in case we get attacked first. Hopefully not. And there we go, the wave release there. Didn't actually get anybody, but that's okay. It just means that nobody's in range of it. So we're going to fire off at this guy over here. We are taking a lot of damage, though. Alright, I'm going to jump back now. We're at 97% hit points. We do have a lot of hit points. It's just that quite a lot of critical components are actually exposed, so we don't really want to be in that position to take those hits. Definitely don't have anything in the way of damage absorption in the way, like to mitigate the amount of damage we take. Right, there we go. One thing about the Ghost Cannons, though, is when they manage to land the shots, though, they really do a lot of damage. Trying to land some shots on this guy. We're overloaded again. I don't think we managed to actually hit anything. Now, we are marked, and that's not a position I want to be in. So I'm going to jump over that way and get ourselves a little bit away from the enemy there. Alright, so we have lost one of our guns. Yeah, it is the one on the port side there. So that's a bit of a downside there, but it's fine. We will manage without it. Let's see what we can do with this. So we're going to try and use some cover here. Just get around this way. We are in range to engage these guys, but we don't have line of sight just yet. And there we go. Let's fire off some shots over at that guy there. Let's pop that damage absorb as well. Try to get some shots away at this guy here. Oh, a lot more enemies are now in range of us. Alright, we have done the damage. Let's jump away as quickly as possible. Oh, and the match is over. So we only managed to get one kill there. Not our best showing, but I think we're gonna run this one again and see how that goes. Alright, here we go. Second match. And so far, not the best showing for this particular ship. But the first time I did run it was actually quite alright. I actually did really do quite well. But I feel like this is definitely a sort of low altitude ship. And one that's definitely well suited for broadsiding. So if we were able to aim up something like this, we can definitely put a lot of shots on target there. So I'm just going to drop us down here, and hopefully these guys come into view very soon. We just don't want to be engaged at long range. I think we're actually gonna stay low down here and just try to wait for them to come to us. I don't know where the team is though. I don't know where our team has gone. Appears to be one guy over there. And we have somebody that's sitting at spawn. I don't know what they're doing. Alright, we've got one flanking here. So, yeah, we only have 3 on our team. So we're a little bit of a numbers disadvantage. Right, that's cue for me to back off. Get out of range there. I have been marked, though. Oh, the mark is gone. So, given that there's only 3 of us, I don't know why my teammate is going out there. It's really not something he should be doing. But I just don't have the range to engage these guys, and I'm just being picked off by snipers. Seems to be a problem with this map, though. I think they can just be in range to really... Yeah, there isn't much you can actually do. They can just sort of sit there and fire away at you. I just don't have the range to engage them at all. And of course somebody is, the guy that was just getting himself killed constantly has just abandoned the match. And then now this guy's connected. So we're now a 2v4, it looks like. So, you know, that's always nice to see. So that's definitely out of our range. We can't really do anything about that. Just gonna wait for my teammate to respawn here. And honestly, it looks like they're in a position just to camp us out, really. Gonna fire off some shots at Slave over there. Hopefully that's enough to... Yeah, that's enough to get rid of him. Not sure exactly what Astro and I can do here, but maybe if he pulls back, we might be able to bait them to come a little bit closer. Maybe not. Maybe he's gonna get himself killed. I have no idea. So, really, there doesn't seem to be a lot I can do here. It's a bit of a shame, really. I'm trying to just be outside of their range, but it really isn't working for me. So, I'm gonna jump over here. And I've been marked, of course. And there we go, we're in range of all of them now. There's one down... They can get this guy. I don't think he's in range of that. And we've overloaded. So I'm just trying to back away, get as much damage done to them as possible. We're still being sniped off, unfortunately. So not a lot I can do there. We don't have much of a ship left. And of course we're just going to respawn here. And this, of course, is one of the downsides of a game that is very early in development as well, is when you don't have a lot of players actively playing at that point in time. You really end up with matchmaking issues such as this. I mean, we're effectively 2v4 now. No thanks to the person who decided to just disconnect. I mean, the 3v4 is still somewhat manageable if you stay together, but 2v4, yeah, that's a little bit too much in the other direction. So that's definitely not what you want to see at all. Particularly when the other team has a lot of very long-range ships. So this is definitely a bad position for us. So we managed to stasis him. He's got a shield up though, which is not good for us. And yeah, there we go. Been taken down again. And one of the things about this particular battleship as well is it has its core right in the middle of the hull. You can see where that bridge is. It is actually directly under there. So from above, it's also quite a weak spot because most of the armor is below. So, couple of problems with that, really. I mean, you're not very well protected, and then there's not much you can do to protect yourself either, so that's definitely not a position you want to be in. Now, I'm going to try and help out Astro here, but I think he's going to die before I can get there. So, that's definitely not what you want to see at all. And there goes the game, unfortunately. Not a very good showing for this particular ship, but such is life. Well, that's all we really have time for today. Unfortunately, not a good match, or not a good set of matches to really show the ship off. But I did have a lot of fun playing with it, just, you know, off recording, and that's why I wanted to show it off. It is a very, very nice build. I do like the look of this ship a lot. So I thought, hey, you know what, just to give you guys an idea of what sort of ships you can make in this game. I mean, they don't have to be super serious, excellent builds or anything like that. You can make something that just looks pretty fun. And that's pretty much what's happened here. So, you know, props to the developers who put this together, or whoever happened to put this together that was in the bundle. But this was a really fun build to do. Of course, it is meant to be used with lasers. There were medium-range lasers on this one to begin with, but I thought I'd just throw the cannons on there just for a little bit of variety. But yeah, let me know what you think of this build down in the comments below. If you have a suggestion of what you'd like to see in the next video, don't forget to leave a like and a comment down below with your suggestion. And of course, subscribe if you're new to the channel. My name is Panzer. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.